Okay, so we just said, what is my graph approaching? Now, here's the deal. Your graph may only approach from one side. You may have just a one-sided limit. If you have that, you have two options because we have two sides, right? So if I'm looking at this, your first option is a right-sided limit. And that is the limit as x approaches a from the right. So we put a little plus sign that's raised up there of f of x equals L. This means from the right, or from the positive side. I'm coming from the right. So I'm coming in this direction. From is the kicker, the right side. That is a right-sided limit. It tells you the direction you're coming from. So, left-sided limit as x approaches a from, again, the left. That's the kicker. It says where I'm coming from. And that's a little minus sign because I'm coming from that negative side, from the left. That's the main thing. When I'm talking about a one-sided limit, I'm saying where am I coming from in order to get there. All right? Okay, check this out. So we kind of did that already, but look at what's happening here. Here's example 3. I have this function is equal to x cubed minus 8 over 4 times x minus 2. And I am charged with A, finding the limit as x approaches 2 from the left of my function. I'm just going to write f of x. And I'm charged with finding the limit as x approaches 2 from the right of my function. What is happening at 2? There's a hole, right? There's a hole there. And there's a hole there because if we factor this, those cancel, making that hole. Now factoring, right? So we've practiced our factoring in class. So factoring here, this is a cubic. So you have root, right? And there's signs, same, opposite, always positive. Square the first term, multiply them together, and square the last term. That's just a pattern. If you know it, great. If not, you can always look that up. Cubics don't happen that often. Okay, so but the moral of this story is that creates a hole here that we're looking at, and therefore this is my graph. But if I'm approaching 2 from the left, I'm approaching 2 from the left, what do I get? 3. What happens here if I approach 2? Let me change my color so you can see the difference. From the right. In this instance, I also get 3. You see that? So if I'm approaching from the left, then I say, what is my graph approaching at that point? If I'm coming from the right, then I say, what is my graph approaching at that point? All right, that's our left and right limits. You approach from the left with the minus sign. You approach from the right with the